And that internet trouble or that network trouble was really, how should I say, really disgusting. I can't say suck or the F word, in this, in public places or in this, in this occasion maybe. So, I'm creating an episode of my own podcast anyway, but actually, anyway, to start with, it's really disgusting, or it's really bad to, speak out the F word, the F word. Almost all the people all over the world know. And another one is, for example, the word beginning with S. Of course, that swear word beginning with S is a swear word. It's a swear word in English language, and so but actually, such an emotion or such a feeling was what I have got in the or in the occasion or on the occasion of that networking trouble, or on the occasion of the trouble in the internet or online trouble, and which is what I have just experienced in this when I started this recording. And hello everybody, I'm Richard Gon of Work to Live podcast version. So this is so I didn't have to tell you, or I didn't have to talk about this trouble of online connection, or I didn't have to tell you that online problem, but actually, and I talked about it because this is a, how should I say, this is a digression. This is a kind of a digression. So this is a this episode is also a rambling, which means I ramble in the course of not in the course, or I ramble in this episode of my own podcast for trying to entertain you. But actually, I knew that I know that I can't entertain you by this rambling talk, because I'm a non-native speaker. To start with, I'm a non-native speaker of English language, and another problem is that even when, not even though or even if, but actually even when I'm using my own mother tongue, but I can't entertain other people, which means I'm really bad at entertaining other people by using words, or by speaking out something, or by telling you, not by telling you, but telling us, by telling others, or telling people telling the surrounding people about funny stories, or other types of stories, or other interesting stories. And to start with, I have created adult contents, and I'm an adult content creator as a, how should I say, I forgot that word. So side hustle, as a side hustle, I'm an adult content creator, but actually I haven't created adult contents these days, and but actually I continuously create episodes of my own podcast. And wait a moment please, but still, so I talk about things, or I talk about stuff related to sexual intercourse, which is, and why I'm of course, I don't have to tell you this, but actually I'm good at talking about sexual stuff, or I'm talking about topics, or I'm good at topics or subjects related to sexual intercourse, or sexual plays, or sexual acts, and that is because I have just told you, so I'm an adult content creator as a side hustle or side way, so which is why I can sort of talk about sex related stuff. And this time is, anyway, I should tell you the title and the conclusion of this episode. The title of this episode is Testicles or Scrotums are sensitive parts in sexual intercourse, and the conclusion is testicles and scrotum are recommendable parts to stimulate and arouse men in sexual intercourse. So this is about how should I say, this is a helpful advice, which is how I'd like you to understand this episode. And so I haven't thought, or I haven't considered the main target of this episode, but actually maybe if you are women, you are suitable target, I think. or you have suitable targets, I think. And so which means, so what I'm going to talk about is an helpful advice for you to allows your boyfriend, or allows the man you love, or allows for you to, anyway. So such a thing is what I'm intending to talk about anyway. So if you'd like to, not only if you'd like to, not only, for example, I mean, so not only when if you're in a situation in which you have some boys or men you'd like to engage and you'd like to get married to, for example, if you're thinking about such a thing, which is of course, which is a hypothetical situation, or which is so please understand that what I'm thinking, what I'm talking about is a hallucination. But actually, so if you have some boys or men, for example, and for example, they are rich people anyway, so, or they are members of rich families, which is how I'd like you to understand. But actually, so and if you are women and if you are girls who'd like to become one of the members of those rich families, for example, so sexual technique or sexual skills was a techniques was skills related to or useful in sexual intercourse are helpful for you, or sexual techniques or sexual skills are one of the tools, one of the tools you can use for getting or arousing or engaging those boys or men, which is what I'm saying. And so as I have told you in the section of title and the conclusion, so stimulating testicles or scrotums is helpful. So which means that how should I say? So when they are, so I'm going to tell you the gist or the most important part in this, the most important part in this episode. So roughly saying, when they are aroused, their scrotums or their testicles are hardened or stiffened. So which is the best time for you to tickle for or stimulate in other manners. So which is how those boys or those men get aroused or get aroused higher or more, and which is why, so I recommend that that you tickle or you poke or you scratch those hardened or stiffened testicles or scrotums. So anyway, so which is what I'm recommending in this episode. And so I have changed segments. So so in the former segment, or in the first segment, I have told you that you should tickle, or you should scratch, or you should use some manners to stimulate the testicles, or the hardened or the aroused testicles, or aroused scrotums when you have sex, or when you have sexual intercourse with your lovers, or with the boys, or with the men you love. So, but actually, so in this segment, I'm going to tell you why I created this episode. Yeah, why I created this episode is what I'm going to tell you in this segment. And so maybe people, or so. Really, so in some cases, or in some situations of sexual intercourse, but so girls and women accidentally omit stimulating scrotums or testicles, and they do not, for example, they do not touch scrotums or testicles when they have sexual intercourse with their lovers. I mean, so in this case, those lovers are boys or men, not girls or women. So if you are girls or women, so so anyway, how should I say? You are not lesbians, which is the assumption, which is the assumption in this episode anyway. So, but actually, so anyway, if you have sexual intercourse with boys or men, and if you are girls and women who are going to have sexual sexual intercourse with boys and men. So most girls and not most girls, but some girls or some women forget to stimulate testicles or scrotums, which is why I created this episode. And so I'm going to tell you the structure of scrotum and testicles at last. So this is the last one. So the two testicles are stuffed, or two testicles are swaddled in was stored in your scrotum. Scrotum is a sac, and testicles are how should I say? Testicles are not cubes, or how should I say? Beans, or some circular substance, some circular objects, and they are, for example, I thought. Anyway, they are bean shaped objects, or they are, how should I say, other types closer to testicles. Anyway, so roughly saying, they are bullets or stuff like them, which is a suitable image, which is a suitable picture, or which is a suitable image for the testicles and the scrotum and scrotum. Two circular testicles, or two oblong. Anyway, oblong testicles are stuffed in, or two testicles are surrounded by a sac, which is scrotum, and which is a physical structure of testicles and scrotum, this is the end of this episode. So I'm going to tell you the title and the conclusion of this episode. Wait a moment, please. So the title is Testicles or scrotums are sensitive parts in sexual intercourse, and the conclusion is testicles and scrotum are recommendable parts to stimulate and arouse men in sexual intercourse. So I accidentally wrote the singular form of scrotum, but actually testicles and scrotums are recommendable parts to stimulate and arouse men in sexual intercourse. By the way, so a boy has a scrotum in which he has two testicles, and a man has a scrotum in which he has two scrotums, which is a physical structure of a scrotum inside which the two testicles are stuffed or stored. That's it. Thank you very much for listening. See you. This is still an additional explanation, but actually, so when I was explaining the shapes of testicles or testes, so maybe I said that they have the shapes of bullets, but actually I think the correct pronunciation was bullets, not bullets. Or maybe they have the, maybe some people would pronounce bullets for bullets. And other explanation was that those bean-shaped objects have oblong shapes, but actually, so please imagine anyway, ellipse. Please imagine an ellipse. An ellipse is a testicle or testis, and which means there are two testes, and which is like two ellipses or two beans are stuffed in a scrotum side by side, which is the physical structure of scrotum inside which there are two testes or two testicles, and which is an additional explanation for this episode.